What is up, comic fans? It is that time of the year again. Free Comic Book Day is only a couple of weeks away, so it's time to take a look at all the books they're going to be releasing for the event, where you can find them, what the event is, and some extra stuff that will be happening during the event. But before we do any of that, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and here comes the intro. I'd take this opportunity to give a huge shout out to the channel sponsor, my LCS, the Augusta Book Exchange. This is where I'll be starting my Free Comic Book Day off, as I do every year. If you're ever in the Augusta area, be sure to hit them up, check them out, and let them know we are Legion. Also, a huge shout out to the channel sponsor, Big Time Collectibles. They sponsor the monthly Legion loot box for the channel members. And if you need anything cleaned or pressed, hit up my friend Justin over on Instagram. He can hook you up, cleaning and pressing anything you need done. Also, the link to all the sponsors are in the description to all my videos, as well as Pop's Attic on Instagram if you're looking to get any books for cheap from the old Instagram. So let's get into it. Free Comic Book Day is an annual event that's put on pretty much by local comic shops as well as the publishers. It's an event where they come up with a bunch of books. They sell them to the LCSs super cheap to allow the shops to give them away for free as a way to bring in people to the shops, generate some sales, generate some new readers, all kinds of fun stuff. So the books are free for us, the consumers. They are not free for the shops. So that being said, there's always a few extra items that are not free that if you want to help out your LCS or just really celebrate the event, you can go ahead and pick up and purchase. And be sure to check with your shops ahead of time, because sometimes they might not order a lot of these unless they know you want them. And some of those is the annual merchandise. You can get free Comic Book Day branded hats. Those hats are going to be going for $12.99. The beanies are going to be going for $16.99. You can also get that logo on a t-shirt for $9.99, or every year they do a specific t-shirt to commemorate that year's Free Comic Book Day. And there's this year's t-shirt right there front and center. Pretty cool picture of a couple of kids reading free comic books. And there's always some merch and some cool stuff that goes with it. The only things I found this year at this point is this Funko Pop, which is a previews exclusive. And that Funko Pop is going to be going for $13.99. And then Beast Kingdom has come up with that Batman Who Laughs and the Groblin statue. And that bad boy is going to be $199. So if those are any things you're looking forward to picking up, those will be exclusives for the event. So again, you definitely want to check with your shops ahead of time about that kind of stuff. There's typically more stuff than that. So be on the lookout to see what's in there. I know they did a huge Ninja Turtle set a couple years ago. Jason David Frank had a little Power Ranger pin that was signed a couple years ago. There's always some really cool stuff. But let's dive into the books. There's a lot to go through. And let's kick it off with DC, who does not send their books through Diamond with the rest of them. So you have to go search a whole separate place to find their books. So they do have 3 titles coming out, 2 for the kids or 2 for the young adults, and 1 for the standard comic fans. And that's going to be the Dawn of DC Special Edition. This is supposed to really be kicking the whole new initiative off. You have a beautiful Dan Mora cover. Again, that book will be free, but there is also a foil variant for it, which has an MSRP of $9.99. Also on the shelves from DC, you'll see Girl Taking Over, which is a Lois Lane story. It's one of those young adult graphic novels they do, just kind of previewing it, as well as a Clark and Lex young adult graphic novel preview that has a little bonus story in it as well. So if you're the young adult crowd, they got some stuff for you. And if you're not, you have that Dawn of DC Special Edition, which is kind of the same format we've seen since they split from Diamond. They don't put out a ton of stuff. You pretty much get 1 for your standard fans, and then 2. I don't know who picks up those young adult graphic novels. I just have never met a single person that's read one, but they keep making them. So there's got to be an audience for them. But needless to say, there's a ton of other stuff coming from any publisher you can imagine, some familiar, some not. Let's dive into that huge list, starting with Seismic Stories from Aftershock Comics, The Darkness We Brought Back. It looks like there's going to be a little bonus story of amnesty in there. And then from Archie Horror Presents The Cursed Library. Then from Boom Studios, we get Ranger Academy, the final cover to be revealed later. Continue on the list from Dark Horse Comics, we have The Umbrella Academy with a backup story of The Witcher. And then in a huge shocking turn of events, Dynamite Comics is going to do a Red Sonja book. And then we have the, I guess it's Captain Underpants is what it looks like, but it says Dogman and the League of Misfits from Graphic Books. We typically get a Captain Underpants book almost every year. Moving along, we have from IDW Star Trek, which looks definitely interesting with that gorgeous cover. And then from Image Comics, Jeff Lemire's Fish Files is getting a free Comic Book Day exclusive which was a digital only on Substack. So it looks like that'll be making it to shelves pretty soon here. And then keeping with the normal format that we get every year, Marvel will be releasing a Spider-Man Venom book. Gorgeous cover on that one. And then from Marvel, we're also getting an Avengers X-Men Free Comic Book Day book. Last year, they used this opportunity to bring us the Avengers X-Men Eternals book that was a huge first appearance of Blade's daughter in it. So you definitely want to check out the Marvel and DC books because every now and then they hit with a little bit of spec value. Then we're also going to be getting a Conan 2023 special, as well as Kojin X #1. I'm not familiar or sure of what that is, but that cover art is wicked. Then we have Animal Castle Volume 2 getting a free comic book day special from Blaze Comics. That first volume seems to be pretty popular. It's cool to see it coming back. And then we're getting Prince List. Not sure what that is. It's free. Check it out. And then we get Tom Holland's Bright Knight from American Mythology. I'm not sure if that's the same Tom Holland who plays Spider-Man for the MCU, but I'm interested to see if it is. And then we get something called Koto Korana. I'm not sure at all what that one is. And then again, we have Merch Cadets from Boom Studios. We also do not have the final cover art on that. And then from Dark Horse, we're getting Star Wars The High Republic Adventures, as well as a backup story with Avatar The Last Airbender. You'll see that kind of common for a lot of these books to be double features. So you be sure to pay close attention to those covers or flip through them. There might be a secondary story that might be up your alley, just not featured on the cover. It looks like we're getting Mexikid from some don't know publisher. Then we have Madball versus Garbage Pail Kids from Dynamite Comics, that classic art on there. And then it looks like from Fantagraphics, we're getting Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers. From IDW, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles book. It looks fantastic. I love that retro art with it. And here's one that I'm definitely interested in. It looks like The Sacrifices from Image Comics, which is an issue #1. I'm not sure what this one is, but it's definitely got my attention. And then something, again, I've never heard of, Shaman King Flowers. I have no clue on that one. No clue at all. Let's see. And then we have Crime Busters. Again, not one that I'm familiar with, from Comic House. And then we get Marvel Voices, which is going to be a big one, I'm sure. And then we have Spidey and His Amazing Friends, which looks like it's the same style that you see from the animated cartoon on Disney Junior. Also coming is Punch Up from Omni Press. And here's what I'm definitely interested in. It's Frazetta-verse. Frank Frazetta, that very famous artist. Looks like he's getting a comic book showcasing some of his stuff from Opus Press or Opus Publisher. And then we get a Smurf 65 anniversary special. That should be interesting. Not listed in the pictures. We have a Sweet Valley Twins. Oh, wait, where is it at? Investigators, a kid's animated and alligator book. The Overstreet Price Guide, which has a standard one that comes out every year, as well as Babysitter's Little Sister, another young adult title. And then there it is, Sweet Valley Twins, the graphic novel from Franchise Pascals. Not sure on that one. But 2000 AD presents the best comic ever. 2000 AD is the publisher behind Judge Dredd. So this one's got me interested to see what they have included in there. And then there's a graphic biography of the legendary Stan Lee coming from Tom Scioli called I Am Stan. That one's kind of got me interested. There's a lot of good Stan Lee biographies out there, some that are a little bit risque to say the least. Next up, we have RuneScape Untold Tales of the God Wars. That's kind of looks a little interesting, a little sword and sorcery. And here's one I know a lot of people will be chasing is Tim Burton's A Nightmare Before Christmas is getting a book, The Battle for Pumpkin King. That definitely should be interesting. And then for all the video game fans out there, you have Street Fighter. And then this is one that I definitely will not be missing. From Valiant Comics, we have Shadow Man Dark Legacy. But most importantly, it also features Exo Manowar Unconquered. That's the brand new series Becky Cloonan is doing with phenomenal artist Liam Sharp. I cannot believe it didn't make the primary cover, but that book is already started and on shelves. So the timing might be off of this, or it might be an addition to it or a prequel to it. I don't know, but I'm definitely not missing that Exo story. And then from Vault Comics, we have West of Sundown, which looks wicked. That's some fantastic art. And then the last comics on Earth is getting a free comic book day special. And then finally, to round it all off, we have Animal Crossing, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a video game or an app for your phone video game, something along those lines. So they got a little bit of something for everybody. They definitely didn't leave nothing out or nobody out. So be sure to check it out. And if you're in the Augusta area, check out the Augusta Book Exchange. Your shop might do it too, but local artists, creators, all kinds of stuff are always set up for this event. They have tables out. It's like a mini con at my local comic shop. So if you're not from here, if you're close by, take the day, drive down, come support some local creators and artists, check out some free books, and come hang out for a bit. It's definitely going to be a blast. I hope to see everybody there. And if you're not here local, I hope you get out and support your local comic shop. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know which one of these books you're looking forward to. And let me know if you're somebody like myself who looks forward to this day, takes the kids, and we hit all the shops. I start at my LCS, the Augusta Book Exchange. I go by Dead Media, fantastic shop here who runs sales. I go by Top Dog Comics here in Augusta that's always doing fantastic stuff. All of the LCSs tend to use this day not just to like give out free books, but to run fantastic sales. And like I said, my LCS gets all kinds of creators and fantastic artists there and everything. And it just makes a huge event of it. Just a great day to celebrate the hobby, to meet people, to share in the hobby with people. It's definitely a blast. So be sure to leave me some feedback, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't joined the channel membership yet, hit that join button down below, read through some of those details, see if it might be right for you. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.